Welcome to Heroic Round, an actual play TTRPG podcast. Join me and my three best friends as we journey through dungeons, dragons, and dubious decisions. Grab your dice, because we're here to live heroic or die historic.
Welcome back to Heroic Round. This episode is dedicated to the memory of Tremendous the Warhorse. May your mane shine with the luster of the noonday sun as you gallop your way toward heaven.
R.I.P. Tremendous.
Last time on Heroic Round, combat was fierce as the spectral griffin riders descended like a cursed blizzard of death. Mac summoned a blazing fire elemental, igniting one of the spectral griffins in roaring flame. LS, bitten and bloodied, was mysteriously healed by the necrotic damage meant to destroy him. Flavius stared fear in the eye and laughed. Virgil Tibbets was wounded badly again, but Mac brought him back from the brink just in time. Sir Landon Thorns stood firm at the chapel doors, hacking and chopping as thorn beasts clawed for entry. Gentle leapt into the fray, wrestling one of the beasts into a full-on grapple, and Hugh Blumford, hit by a necrotic blast, began to shift. Shape-shift! Bones cracking, fur sprouting, his werewolf form suddenly awakened. All the while, the sacred ceremony continues. Chains gripped, prayers shouted, secrets unraveling. Will our heroes beat back the spectral griffin riders once and for all? Will Hugh prove to be a friend or something far, far worse? Find out right now on Heroic Round. This episode of Heroic Round is brought to you by Owala Free Sip water bottles. The only bottle trusted by dwarven druids, multi-class rogues, and one paladin who insists it's filled with water. Owala, because the dungeon is dry and the DM is salty, and you need a hydration roll with advantage. Thanks, Owala. We like you guys.
Thanks, Awala.
Thank you.
There is a triangle of spectral griffins here on the floor, the flagstones of the chapel. In between them are our heroes and their companions. LS at the top of the triangle, grappling with one of these griffins. We have Gentle and Virgil and Mac and Flavius between the two griffins at the bottom of the triangle. And they are very near to Hugh Blumford, who has just shifted into his werewolf shape. Above all of this combat, or beyond all of this combat, is our flying V of Silent Brothers being led in their ceremony by Prior Dorian, who is shaking with power and humming and singing and chanting and trying to bring about the end of this ceremony. Now, the griffins take over and attack. The one next to you, LS, decides that he will come down on you with his shadow blade at the same time as his spectral griffin is going to try to claw you with one of its massive bone talons.
You can try.
It does work.
Not in your favor, though.
All right, you take 11 damage from the shadow blade, and then you are healed 7 damage from some negative necrotic power that pulses through afterwards. The claw that comes to bear and rips into your left hand.
Shit.
You take 1 damage from the claw. 3 damage from the claw. And then you are healed 2 damage.
Dude.
These guys are
It's
easy.
lots of give and take. Now,
Get hit. They're good. They help you.
you do feel pain as it hits, but it's like
Like a good pain.
okay. All right. It's
plums.
It's something.
My plums. I can feel it in my plums.
It's plums.
I just grazed my biscuit.
Now, the other griffin rider that needs to go and the spectral steed is in a full-on grapple with Gentle. And you can see as Gentle has this beast in a headlock, the spectral rider is trying to come down and attack Gentle from behind with his misty sword. What has happened here is as it swings down to hit Gentle from behind, because he wrapped around it almost like a wrestler, putting this griffin in a headlock, the spectral rider brings down his misty dark blade, and as he does, he hits awkwardly off of Gentle's shoulder and loses his grip on his blade, and it tumbles in this black mist to the floor and sort of writhes with mist down there. All right,
Ooh.
Mac, it is your turn.
I am going to.
Sorry.
I'm gonna cast Flame Blade. So visual somatic, divine focus. 1 minute per level, so 4 minutes. 3 foot long blazing beam of red hot fire springs forth from your hand, wields it like a scimitar. Because it's a flame blade, the melee attacks are based off of touch attacks.
Ooh.
So should be easier to hit.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
it's
baby.
1d8 plus.
I like that. So you summon a
1 per 4.
weapon to yourself.
And so that's a standard action. And then I want a 5-foot step a little closer. Right here.
Great. So he let it be known that he is stepping towards the griffin that's in a grapple with Gentle, that has just dropped its sword. As you step over there, Mac, you can see that the blade that's misting black on the floor is also spreading frost across the
cool.
stones, like it's like a patch of cold ice. Makes you want to drink out of your Owala free sip technology water bottle.
At first, I was doubtful of how really good can a water bottle be. But after 3 weeks of Owala,
Mm-hmm.
I understand the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Owala.
You stooge. Sorry, that's my turn.
Don't insult our sponsors. So Mac, grumbling, yelling, almost gathering anger and energy from his past, brings forward a flaming scimitar and wields it in his hand without burning himself.
Beautiful.
I think that it probably looks badass with your red mane of hair.
Oh, thank you. And my
it-
overalls and bare feet.
That's right. Them big bear puppies.
Don't forget your hillbilly.
Fur poncho.
The flame, by the way, adds to the ambiance. All of a sudden, there's this burning flame sending shadows, harsh shadows in all directions in this otherwise very blue lit space. And you have your white ever-burning torch on the floor back behind you. Okay. Thank you, Mac. It is LS's turn.
All right. So originally, I thought this guy was up in the rafters.
He
And
pounced
he
you.
dropped back down, right?
He pounced you.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and
He was going to knock you prone, but then you remembered that you had evasion when I had asked you beforehand if you had evasion, so that he wouldn't knock you prone if you had evasion. And then you said you had it after I already told you were knocked prone.
I love it. I love it.
I'm going to go ahead and pick
It was my
feats
favorite
now.
part of our last session.
I'm gonna go ahead and use an acrobatics as my move action and move up so that I'm directly. I'm gonna slip out of that voice for a second here, so that I'm gonna move
And a little
I can-
into something
yeah.
more comfortable.
You want
and
me to move
actually
it? Where do you
there.
want
I'm
me
gonna
to
move right there.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna tumble through that space or attempt to with my acrobatics.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's moving from one side of the griffin to the other side completely.
Yeah, I need
Almost
to,
escaping the triangle of death between these three spectral griffins.
Yeah, and what I'm looking to do here really is to set up for a color spray.
Ooh, it's worked before.
It has.
You stole a whole round of activity from this griffin
Mhm.
before.
So a 16 for my acrobatics check.
Ooh. All right. Success,
All
you
right.
spry, nimble boy.
Hey, so then what I'm going to do is
How do you imagine that? Are you doing like a round off?
cartwheel.
A
I don't-
cartwheel?
Yeah, a round off would work.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a slow gesture cartwheel.
I thought it was like a cool gymnast move.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know what you guys were talking about. I was just imagining my own thing.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Mac, keep those thoughts inside.
And then I'm going to do color spray. So if I'm recalling correctly, they do not have spell resistance,
Correct.
but they do have a chance. This is a will save.
Mm-hmm.
So will they save is the question.
Oh, will they?
Thank you. And that spell save is going to be a 23.
All right, 23 will save for our Griffin Rider and his spectral Griffin mount.
Yeah, and that 15-foot cone should allow that I don't hit any of the monks.
Say
Nice.
again what the save is. I apologize.
23?
23.
William.
Ooh, a 23 William. Okay.
23 skidoo.
Billy
You
23.
succeed. And this beast and his rider are stunned for another
Beautiful.
round
Pocket sand.
as you throw pocket sand into his face and which is the agreed upon sound and color flashing of color spray.
There we go.
That's how we do
Is
it.
that what Willy Wonka cast on those kids on the boat?
Yeah,
Mhm.
dude, they were knocked out for a long time.
Mhm. Gentle now continues his assault. Natural 20.
Oh yeah, baby.
Okay, so you see that Gentle goes very not gentle and starts to pummel this thing with his fists. You could say that it's a flurry of blows
Towards the rider or the creature?
towards the creature.
He's a
Okay.
pickle monk. What? Oh, they are.
And you're
He's salty.
shocked at the number of times he's able to attack. He wields out with fists and elbows and knees 6 attacks
Oh
in
my gosh.
rapid succession. Just pummeling the back of this thing and kneeing it in the face. And you can hear the bones clattering and snapping as he's smashing in.
A pugilistic monk.
Very pugilistic indeed. This is Griffin 2. You're welcome, Griffin 2, for the damage. At this point as well, you can see that the Manticore kitten, Stripes, has come out towards Gentle to try to be beneath him.
Oh.
So comes out and moves below Gentle's feet, potentially getting in the way, but you can tell that with all of the things that are going on, with the dark burst of energy that went flushing through that area just moments ago, this kitten is probably extra scared and is looking for comfort with the being that it trusts more than anyone, which is Gentle.
We could say this kitten is smitten.
Kitten, be smitten.
Don't
All
smite
right.
it.
Landon Thorn takes a 5-foot step away from the door with his 2-handed sword and swings down with great energy towards the unarmed Griffin Rider. Natural 20.
Heck
I'm
yeah,
rolling
baby.
like a beast right now.
I've always
Party
said
like a
Landon
rock.
Thorn is the best.
Party like a rock star.
Yes,
He
you have, Brandon.
criticals. He criticals the Spectral Rider in the head.
Dude, how many
And-
20s have you, or criticals have you rolled?
Third tonight.
So
This is
many.
crazy. I'm rolling like a beast here.
Did you store them up?
I banked a few. I did not bank a few. Okay, he does 12 times 2, 24 damage
Damn, Gina.
to this Griffin Rider here. I am going to see if he stays in his seat. He does, but he lays back totally, right? Like hit in the head. The mask, the helmet twists, and you hear a clatter of bones in the metal, and completely lays back flat on the backside of his mount, and then springs back afterwards. Crazy. Jake the pony gets to act. What say you?
Jake would.
Can I
hoof
share an
attack.
impression with you from Jake?
Oh, sure.
So Jake has noticed that there are lanterns outside, and he feels like kicking them over.
Kick some lanterns, Jake.
Kick some lanterns. Okay, Jake makes a strong gallop towards the doors here and kicks over the lantern that's right here and is trying to spread the oil and the flame.
I have a hot time in the old town tonight.
That's right. All right, Jake kicks over the lantern and the oil is on fire on the steps and is kind of like creating a bit of a fire there.
If Jake could talk, he would probably say something about have a hot trotty.
I think you're right.
Okay,
That does sound like
okay.
something you would say. That sounds exactly like
This
him.
building is stone, correct? The other ones are wood,
Correct.
but this one is
It
This
has
is
stone.
wooden
stone.
doors, but the rest of the building is stone, and
We
there
love
are
that.
wooden rafters and a wooden roof, but the rest is stone. It is now your turn, Flavius.
So I had already smited the one that I'm fighting.
Yes. And remember, the one that you're fighting, where we ended last time, it had just done its burst.
Okay.
And it hit kind of most of everybody with damage. You'll see that there are 3 Silent Brothers upside down on the battle mat. Those are fallen down. They
ones.
took damage and fell and lost their hold on the flying V of Secret Revealing that they were holding.
Whack.
I'm going to tell Tibbets as a free action. Tibbets, stay close to Mac. And stay away from Hugh. And then I am going to
I shall try.
I'm going to step down to basically put myself closer to Hugh and then the Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
And as I step forward, I drop my Warhammer. And then I take out the long sword that's light steel from Fulmer.
Great.
So I don't know what it does.
That is the tooth.
The tooth, yes. So I take
that's the claw. The light one is claw.
the claw. So I take the claw.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my book as my shield, and then I have the claw. And with that 5-foot step, dropping the hammer to the floor, I'm going to take a step forward and I'm going to hit the Griffin twice because I think the rider's positioned himself away from me.
Nice.
All right. So with Smite still active on him, let's see. It's +4. And these are evil, right?
Yes.
Okay. +4 and +9.
I had an energy drink.
All right. So here's my claw. Here's the claw against him, Fulmer's
Great.
claw.
Great.
And it is 12 plus 4, so 16, then plus my base attack, which is
Oh, you've got it.
22.
Yep, you've got it.
So I hit with Fulmer's claw,
Mhm.
and then I bring up the the Serpent's Book that's chained to my wrist as a shield, and I follow up with a slam attack for that.
Nice.
And so that is a 19, not a critical threat. +9 is a 27 to hit.
Great. Yep, that's
Okay.
it.
So
So
I-
you actually hit both of its arms. So
Okay.
you, with your first blow, hit the left arm, and then the second blow hits its right.
Okay, perfect. All right, so Fulmer's is a longsword, right? So that's 1d8
Correct.
damage, or is it 1d10?
1d8.
8 for a longsword.
Great.
1d8.
All right, so here's Fulmer's claw. So it is.
Remember, this is the griffin that is still on fire.
Correct.
As well.
Mhm.
Mhm.
This
So he
griffin's on
does
fire.
7, and then additional 4 for my additional 6 for my smite. So the Fulmer's claw ends up doing 13 damage to
13.
him.
Nice.
And then with my shield, the serpent shield is a 1d6, and that is +4 damage. So 6 + 4, 14, +6 for my smite, 16 damage.
16. Nice. Mighty hits.
Okay.
The first you hit him, it sends his body and twists his mount to one direction, and then you push him back the other with
Great.
your shield and are just bodying him. The mount hits its wing and part of its neck against the wall, like it's being moved by your attack.
Okay. Great.
Anything else?
I'm going to turn to Hugh,
Okay.
and in like the most bestial guttural like throat I can do, I'm like going to have a wolf sound come out of me and like towards the griffin.
Oh,
Like, let's get it
okay.
together. Like,
Okay,
okay.
I like that.
So I'm going to roll my diplomacy
Roll your
for
diplomacy.
that. Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. 14 plus 14 plus 12. So a 26.
26.
26.
Nice. I love that. Okay. You do this. Now you're looking at Hugh and you can see that all of his veins and everything are popping out. He's getting bigger
Uh-huh.
and he's on his knees. And you notice that the bonds are just starting to snap and he's looking up at you and you're like, you look into the hollows of this beast's eyes, who are now on his knees as tall as you, right?
Yeah.
and you howl at the beast and just show no fear, right?
Yeah.
Like almost like you're communicating. And you see this glimmer of recognition in his eyes, and you're not sure if he sees you as a meal or as a friend.
Because he did attack me last time.
But
yeah.
you do sense this, like,
There's
he
some
sees
recognition
you
to
and
it.
hears you.
Okay.
Is that clear?
All right.
Great. All right. Virgil. You see Virgil, he said to you, he's like, I'll try, and you see that he seems flustered, upset, kind of at his wit's end, and you notice that he reaches back. He wears this pretty fine clothes that he always has. He reaches back and he has his hood, and you notice that he puts his hood up, and you've never seen him wear his hood, but he throws his hood up and it's black and it comes down over his face and has eye slits where his eyes are. And you see that when he does it, his eyes seem to they become almost like a comic book character where they just go to a white, like a kind of look to him. And you see that he turns with his rapier away from Hugh and away from you. And he flicks his rapier twice at the griffin that is being grappled by Gentle and attacked by Landon. And you see that like splashes of acid come out.
Oh my
They come, like,
gosh.
flicking out of his weapon towards them.
Where was that last battle?
I've always liked them.
So they come out, and you can see that as it hits the creature, it flinches, and you see that the acid starts to immediately corrode old feathers and bone, and on the armor just like slides into the cracks and is letting off like hissing steam. Okay. So that is Virgil. Okay. It is these thorn beasts. Okay. The thorn beasts outside. Now, this is not something you can see, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about it, but I will say for the sake of what's going on that they see Jake the pony as a mastermind and a threat. And so they're starting to gather towards Jake, but Jake has fire next to him and next to these horses. And so they're prowling and they're like hissing and, exploding with their thorn tentacle like appendages. And Jake is staring them down in front of the flames. Okay, they're having a moment of standoff outside.
He's braver than us all.
Is now Hugh Blumford. Oh, Mr. Hugh. He is slavering and breathing hard, and he looks at you, Virgil, and then he screams this howl towards the sky, and you see his neck and all of his muscles and his freaking ripped out pecs and everything. And then you see he turns and attacks the griffin.
Woo!
That's there.
Hey,
Yeah.
nice.
The gambit. The gambit pays off.
I was at full health. I was like, okay, if this doesn't work, at least take a couple hits.
Okay.
Can you please transition him into Macho Man Randy Savage?
Oh, yeah. Snap into a griffin. Oh, yeah. Dig it. Okay, he does full damage to this griffin that's already been staggered by you, just barely.
Good.
Let me put that in here. Great. All right, it is this griffin's turn that you have right here. It's
Okay.
going to take fire damage. Will you roll that?
I don't remember what it is.
It's 1d4.
Okay.
Thank you, Mac.
1.
That's great.
Is now a good time to talk about Dice Prison? No? Okay.
Dice Prison. Teach us about Dice Prison. Okay.
Your dice aren't baptized.
Okay. The rider is going to bring its shadow blade down towards Hugh and misses. The griffin takes a snapping bite at you, Flavius,
Okay.
and connects.
Ouch.
Now you take from the bite. Roll a fortitude save for me, please.
Okay.
1,000 because I'm a paladin.
16.
Oh, nice. Okay, you will not take necrotic damage, but you'll just take damage from the
Okay.
blow.
That
You
actually
take
heals you, by the way. So
What the hell are you
don't worry
doing?
about it.
You
Hey,
take
y'all.
10 damage from
Ouch.
the bite. And this griffin now tries to fly up and out. You guys get attacks
Sweet.
of opportunity, but it is trying to leave.
Oh, it is?
Not like leave, but like
Disengaged from
Yeah.
us? Okay. All right, I'm going to attack with the Fulmer's Claw.
Okay.
15. So that is 15 plus.
yeah. With your pluses, you're
6.
gonna hit, no
Yep.
problem there. So that's a hit. Hugh is gonna attack as well with a 20. He hits. Hugh does a good, strong hit. What did you
All
get
right.
for your damage?
Let me roll damage really quick.
Hugh was able to rip part of the. So he grabbed part of the armored leg, like the greaves of it as it was starting to fly away, and he ripped part of the greaves off and like ripped down into its, flesh underneath,
All right. So,
exposing this pale, rotten leg beneath.
all right, Chad.
All the way up. The legs go all the way
all
up.
the way up through
they
those
go-
feathers.
Yeah.
I'm going to end up doing +3 for 7, +3 for smite, +3 for the damage. 13 damage to him.
13 damage. Nice. Well done. It goes up, and remember, when they exit or enter the chapel, they don't go through an opening, they go right through the wall. And so as it goes through the upper part of this wall and the roof, it just leaves this hoarfrost on the side of the. It's just like a slutty shape of frost.
I was waiting for you
This
to stop
hoarfrost.
It looks like those mud flaps on trucks.
It does.
Okay.
It leaves a mud flap image as it goes through the stone, and you almost can hear the stones and the wooden rafters creak. Like there's a coldness that is causing a reaction in this material.
And quick rectifying of rules. I don't get the +6 on subsequent. So he has 3 hit points. He has 6 hit points back.
Got it.
So it only applies on the bonus to damage applies on the first successful hit.
Thank you for your honesty.
You got
good
it.
sir. The other 2 griffins, believe it or not, are both stunned. One had fumbled and dropped his sword.
Oh, that's right.
That's fighting Gentle and Landon and Virgil. The other one that's fighting LS is now reaping the rewards of a color spray that has it stunned and shaking its head and trying to gather the control of its spectral mount again. Just seems out of its wits. Okay. So well done. It's now back to you, Mac.
I stab it with my flame sword.
Nice. And the one he says about that he's stabbing is
Oh.
the one that Gentle is grappling.
Yeah.
And Virgil just flicked some acid towards, and Landon Thorn did a two-handed.
So it's
sword attack.
grappled, so I get an advantage there. And I'm also flanking it
Yes.
because it's a large creature, so there's another +2. So is it +6 in total to my already bonus?
Yes. And I'm factoring in
+4.
the fact that it's fumbled too. So
Okay.
Sweet.
So it's flat-footed, and it's a touch attack. So
Oh, yeah,
that's
dude.
sweet.
Shake and bake.
I should
Do
be
it.
able to hit this.
Shake and bake. Shake and bake.
20. I rolled a 6.
Ooh. 20 is a hit.
Okay, wonderful. Let's find a die. This looks cool.
Some kind of wonderful.
7 + 4 is 11. 11 fire damage.
Nice.
Does
It can catch fire.
I was gonna say it does have
Roll.
a chance.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
What percentage?
Yes.
It has a 35% chance.
This one does not catch
Terrain.
fire. But the flames are nice. And you put the flames right through the center of it. Well done.
It's like
Well
a lightsaber.
done. Love it. It is like a lightsaber. LS, your turn.
Okay, what is the radius of the firestones that we have? So each of us have a firestone that does 1d20
Yes.
fire damage.
It's
It's
20
a
feet.
5-foot
5 foot.
radius. So
Oh,
it's within
easy.
1 square.
Okay, perfect. So would I be able to hit the rider and like if I slap that bad boy on top of that saddle, would I hit the rider and the mount?
The rider and the mount share a hit point pool.
That's great. Okay, that's even better. I guess before this is good to know, but what I'd like to do. So we've seen
Tell it it's bubblegum and see if it'll try it.
I have this bubble gum for it. I know you never chewed gum because your parents won't allow you to chew it.
Oh, I totally forgot about that
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah,
We've never
I-
chewed gum. We got him to chew gum.
He's
for the
probably
first time
running
in
an
his
AR.
life.
He's probably running an AI startup right now.
He probably is.
it probably is.
We love AI, by the way.
Oh, it's our favorite robot
We
overlord.
freaking love
Yeah.
AI. We welcome
Um,
AI.
I would like to use my
Hear that basilisk?
I'll either like my knowledge
Skynet.
arcana, if you're okay with this, to see, because these appear to be magical creatures because they can like phase through walls and whatever. Are they more impacted by fire? Do they appear to be? That's what I would like to find out.
Because they've got such cold aspects. to
Yeah,
them.
just
Yeah, roll a spellcraft check.
I hope so, because that's been my angle this entire battle.
All right, Pokemaster.
16.
16. They from that roll, you're unsure.
Okay.
You don't know if they're extra impacted. You might maybe afterwards be able to, if there are remains, you could maybe investigate and see or do some testing.
Still gonna do it.
Cool.
So, would it be a touch attack? Like what? Because it's a thrown
It
attack.
explodes.
Yeah.
So it is a ranged touch
A
attack.
ranged touch.
Okay.
You just have to get it to be able to touch them. It doesn't have to pierce armor because it does the damage for you.
Okay. What I'd like to do then is, I'm gonna 5-foot step back away up, and I can move my character away so that I can actually do a ranged touch attack.
Got it.
Did they have reach?
No.
They do not have reach.
They're
Okay.
using long swords
Yes. Okay.
on their
And the birds don't.
and the birds don't. They
Okay.
just they threaten all the squares that they touch.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'll 5-foot step back, and then I'm gonna pull out pocket sand, but a different
More
one.
pocket sand,
Yeah.
but it's the big grain of pocket sand.
Yep. So I'm gonna throw this, and hopefully, sorry guys, I don't hit anybody else. Natural 20,
Whoa.
and to confirm that,
Oh, I hope it's a critical. That would be so epic.
so it would just be my. Sorry.
Fine.
Wow. Numbers are hard. Have you guys ever looked for numbers? They're so hard.
Your numbers are making me hard.
Your numbers.
Call 1-900
20.
Chad Heroic tonight.
What was
would be
Hold on, what was that number?
20. Yeah. That would be a 20 to hit, or to confirm a critical.
Confirmed.
Nice. Okay.
Critical. Criticality.
All right, so then I'll
Criticality.
roll. It's a 1d20, right?
It's
for
1d20
damage?
plus your strength modifier because you're throwing it with your arm.
Okay.
3.
9, so 13, so 26 damage.
Wow.
Hot damn! I
Oh,
forgot. I forgot you had
nice.
18s for all your stats.
Oh, I could do damage like Flavius. Blah blah blah.
All of you, I mean, everybody hears a loud firework sound. It's just a huge bang, pop out of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
And there is a magnesium flash, just white light. And then it's like you're at the beginning of a Metallica concert. And he just said, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. And it goes, a fireball, as quickly as it appeared, evaporates. And there's just smoke flying up towards the rafters.
Holy damn!
But you hit it, and it hit like its chest and blew up right in front of it. And you see when the smoke clears that its head is gone. And
Nice.
the back part of the griffin's neck and head has been like blown up. Okay. Just completely shattered. And you can hear a secondary sound of like bone particles and armor pieces like hitting the walls
Damn.
off the stone. Well done. Very cool. That was sweet, LS. Loved it. Okay.
You're a regular page master.
Gentle is going to keep doing those flurry of blows. But he doesn't have 6 attacks this time. He shot his wad. Now he doesn't have all those ones, but he still has some good ones. Okay, so he keeps on punching into this second griffin here. He's followed quickly by Landon, who is going to try a two-handed thrusting attack with his two-handed sword. Landon hits again. It's not a critical this time, but he's doing great work here. Okay. So he drives his two-handed sword through its left leg, or its right leg, and into the mount that it's riding. Okay, so he goes all the way through like he's sticking a toothpick through one of those fancy sandwiches. It's just an undead fancy griffin sandwich. It is now Jake the pony.
He should hoof punch the guy that's adjacent to him.
Great. Do it. Do
Thanks,
it.
Brandon.
Do it.
Do it.
Jake
No.
the pony turns into Emperor Palpatine. do it.
Did you kill that
Does
one?
a 6 hit?
Roll and intimidate for
Oh, okay.
Jake the pony.
It's the smartest pony we've ever seen, Briarwolves.
He could reload a gun. You ride him into combat and he reloads your rifle. For you.
Is he faster than reloading than a pig?
20?
Not quite. 20?
That's 19 plus 1. I rolled a 19.
Nice. Okay.
We're
so
all scared.
he hoof stamps out there in front of the fire and just has big
Pony energy.
pony energy, BPE, and these thorn beasts are just feeling hesitant to come in at him. They're still circling around, but they won't make the move to come in and fight. Okay. He's got them held at bay with just his aura. He's got mad aura. Flavius, your turn.
All right. Chad?
Oh, and the flames are getting bigger there. They're starting to spread. Nessus moves over this way with the other horses because they're starting to feel a little bit nervous of the flames. The flames are catching on the black thorns that are kind of piled around and have grown everywhere here.
All right, Chad. Since that other one flew away,
Yes.
I turn back to look at Hugh. I howl,
Okay.
and then I run.
What might that sound like?
That's so
I'm going
good.
to run on all fours like a wolf,
Okay.
like a werewolf would run, and I'm going to do a charge attack at this guy.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do, Chad,
He's going towards the one that LS just threw that explosive.
and
that he's been
I
fighting
do
at the
another
top of the triangle.
at the top of
By
the triangle.
himself.
So I'm going
By
to charge
himself.
north in the abbey
Yes.
towards this werewolf. Towards
Right.
this griffin. I give out a call, and since I'm running on like my hands and my knees, I'm going to drop my weapon.
Okay.
And then, if you'll let me, as a free action to get another weapon out, I'm going to take my firestone that I have,
Okay.
and I'm just going to punch it as hard as I can.
Oh my God.
I'm going to try to at least soft palm it to get the majority of the impact away from myself.
Away from your own fingers?
Yes.
You're not doing the firecracker lady finger in your palm?
Nope.
Okay. Awesome. I'm willing. If you want to do it, I'll totally do
Okay,
it.
so I'm going to roll a diplomacy.
You'll take a minus to your armor class.
Yes.
It might, you don't have unarmed strike, so it might get it's stunned. Sorry, it's flat foot. Wait, would it have it back now because it passed its turn?
It's past
It's
my
just past.
turn.
It's his turn, so it'll be back to
Yeah.
Dewey.
So it doesn't have it's
It's not stunned.
it's not stunned now. So it could attack of opportunity. Unless you have unarmed strike. Does that
So
make
I
sense?
would do subdual with my hit, but then I would do fire damage with the firestone. Okay, I'll
Yes.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna run and do that. So I'm gonna do diplomacy to try to convince
Do
you to
your
run with me.
diplomacy for Hugh the werewolf.
16,
Okay, sweet.
and then I do my charge attack after my howl that everybody loved. I thought it was the best thing ever. And I'm
It was
going to
nice.
run and I'm going to attack it.
Great.
So here is my attack. I'm gonna roll a natural 20. Got a 9, which is not a natural 20. So 9 plus 16. I got a 15 plus 2 because I'm charging.
Yep.
A 17.
Yep, you're great. You hit.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So you want me to do subdual?
Yes, and while you're doing that, I'm gonna roll an attack of opportunity for this thing
Okay.
with its shadow blade.
It doesn't see me coming. It's not like a mad paladin is charging at him on all fours.
You howled like a beast and then ran at him. He swings with his shadow blade back.
I do have a -2 to AC, Chad.
Yes,
Until my
you're
turn
at
comes back up.
16 AC.
Yep.
All right, he does hit you with the shadow blade.
Okay.
You'll need to roll a fortitude save to make
Okay.
sure you don't take the extra necrotic.
27 for my fortitude save.
Oh wow, you're great.
So I
So
save
you
on that.
take 6 damage from the shadow blade
Okay.
as it bites into your left arm.
So I'm coming up. It
Mhm.
gets my arm.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. So with my subdual damage
Yeah,
for my
roll,
fist,
roll the damage for that.
that's a 1d4, right? For a human fist, not untrained, right?
Yes.
For
Okay.
a medium creature? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So 1 plus 3 is 4 damage.
Okay.
And then a 1d20 plus my strength for the firestone. Is that
Great.
is that
Yep.
the
I
idea?
don't think you get your strength twice.
You get your strength
sorry.
for the subdual, but not for
Okay,
the
gotcha,
firestone.
gotcha. Yep, yep. So the firestone is 12 damage.
Nice. Okay, now I want you to roll reflex to not take some of that damage yourself.
And
because
I
you're
was
blowing it up.
expecting to take some. Ooh, reflex. I got 15.
15. Okay, you take 4 damage
'Kay.
from the blast of this thing, but you came running up behind it, and it turned with its blade and stabbed into your arm as you came up towards its backside, like its kidney area, and punched with that open palm and the firestone between your hand. And you feel immediately your hand and your arm just blown back because it's such an explosion. And the fireball that goes off singes your hair, your eyebrows, your face, like because you're right there next to it.
Uh-huh.
And you guys see a repeat of what just happened, right? Just a huge fireball, boom, like massive noise ringing in your ears, and it feels like the chapel is like rattled, like there's a shaking to this place.
Heard the foundation bit.
But you did an amazing blast. When you pull your hand away and your eyes kind of clear from the magnesium flash, you can see that almost like something has peeled the armor like back open on its backside, and you can see this like nasty grisly rib cage and like innards, kind of
Gotcha.
hanging in there. But you've completely blown open its chest armor.
Oh, sorry. And Chad, I wanted to end up right here. Sorry. Oop.
Got it.
Just to leave a path open.
Got it. Makes sense. Leaving a path for Hugh.
Actually, I wanted to, if you don't mind, I want to end right here. That's where I wanted to go.
Great. Okay. Virgil here with his rapier dripping like something that's fiery. Like it's kind of not fiery, but sizzling. It's this venom drip from the tip of his rapier, and it's causing sizzling on the ground. You see that he notices you run by, and he also has turned back with his hood and is looking at Hugh, and he wants to get out of the line of fire.
Okay.
So he goes and moves around like this, uses his movement around
Perfect.
this way by you, and then he again attacks with his rapier towards this griffin that Gentle has been wrestling.
So still that one.
And
Sweet.
throws some more of this like acid splash on it. Okay.
He was going to run up and start eating the monks.
Okay, it is Hugh. All right, let's see here. So Hugh, my friend, will you throw me that directional dice, John? Do you have that handy? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Wah, wah, wah.
That was professional.
Okay. So Hugh looks up at you and takes a few steps forward. You hit, right? When you turn back to see what Hugh is doing, you can see that he's kind of shaking his head, like the
Dang, I didn't
light,
think about that.
of the explosion. And then you see him run down this hallway.
Oh.
Okay, so he like runs almost back towards where the kitchen, like the kind of mock kitchen has been created, and other resting rooms where the brothers are. You hear him run that direction, and then you can hear a loud crash. So you're not exactly sure what's going on down there, but he's just running with madness.
Okay.
He's like making dinner.
Down
All
here,
the
you
pots and
All of a sudden,
pans.
he's in there cooking. He's got his ears pulled back in a
Cook a
do-rag,
one-pot
ready to
meal,
cook.
Hugh. We don't have time to clean more
Yes,
than one
chef.
dish.
Yes, chef.
Yeah, chef.
Yes, chef.
Ding, ding,
Behind,
ding, ding.
it's
Serve
like a
side up on
chopped,
table 9.
it's a chopped competition.
I was
back
gonna make
there.
an Allen Ginsberg joke.
Who the hell's
Oh.
Allen Ginsberg?
Poem Howl saw the greatest minds of my generation. And
Yeah, that is a
done.
good.
Yeah,
But he's gone now.
I,
It's
I
not-
love
yeah.
it. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Chad.
I know.
Hey,
that one.
I know poems.
Do you?
Say one.
Yeah, say a poem for us right
One
now.
fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish.
I got you.
Thanks.
I eat my peas with honey. I've done it all my life. It makes the
The peas stay
taste
funny, but it keeps
keeps
them on my knife.
Have you ever heard there's too many kids in the tub? There's too many elbows to scrub. I just washed behind. I'm sure it wasn't mine. There's too many kids in the tub.
I love it. Is that Shel Silverstein?
Yeah. Sorry, Chad.
Okay. The griffin that had gone through the wall
Mm-hmm.
comes back through the wall behind where Hugh Blumford has run
Oh,
and attacks him from behind.
I love it.
it kind of worked out really well.
Yeah, it really, it really did.
That's great.
And then it comes back to these other griffins. They now have their turn back. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So the one that is here does a full retreat, and that's really hard on Gentle because Gentle's holding him. So it goes through the wall here, and Gentle just gets rocked into the wall.
So
'Cause
he
he's
goes all the
holding
way
onto
over?
it, so he lifts off the ground, is
Oh, that's
suddenly
vicious.
15 feet in the air, and he just goes face first into this wall. Boom, and then flips down to the ground, okay? The kitten stays where it was, but now Gentle is over here on the floor. Just dead. Okay?
Hey.
And that one went outside. Pff. The other one here that has just got the 2 firestones just blown up on it, it turns towards you, Flavius, and it's going to attack again with its sword, and the griffin is going to try to claw you.
Okay, I still have a -2 to my AC.
Got it. Okay, so first attack here is a miss. Even with the
Hallelujah.
-2, it missed. So it hit, I'm going to say it hits off your shield.
Okay.
Okay, you have the wherewithal and the presence of
Right.
mind. It comes with its missed blade and just clings off of your shield. And then the claw from the griffin, it's kind of like trying to swipe your feet, like trying to get a low swipe on you.
Tricky.
Sweep the leg.
Oh, natural one.
Clever girl.
I've been rolling
This
so
is-
bad for these guys. Let
You
me
have
see.
been rolling great for us.
Well, you critical
19,
on me. but
19. So,
So
he
it
doesn't
doesn't
crit.
crit-
He
he
doesn't,
doesn't fumble, but he misses twice.
definitely misses.
Sweet.
Okay, so
I will
that one
tank both
misses.
those attacks.
Now it's back to you, Mac.
Okay.
Combat's cooking. We're going through round after round
Yes.
here. This is
I
good.
move down
Well,
here
Do
and
it.
I go,
So the doors are closed, so you need to
I'm
open the
going to
doors.
roll one.
I bull rush through the doors.
You're right. We do have great ideas.
Okay. Mac Daddy is charging straight out the chapel doors
Bull rush.
with his flaming sword.
And I'm going to attack this guy. Would I know where a 3 is, actually?
You
But
do because
there's
Jake and you are
windows.
connected.
Wait, I thought the door was open.
No, the door was closed by Landon. He was
Oh, that's
fighting
right,
and
that's
holding
right.
the door, and then he turned and shut the door, and Jake came and held the door from the
Perfect.
inside
That's great.
with the
All
fire.
right. Sorry. Thanks for
So I
clarifying.
bust through and I attack 3, the
Great.
little thorn wolfhound.
Got it. Do it.
I don't remember my voice.
Oi.
Oi. Stay
Will
away
you-
from my brother.
Will you roll a strength check because you're bull rushing that door, please?
Sir.
He bounces off like a wet
He
spaghetti.
just falls. flat.
Spaghetti's done. Stuck to the wall.
Spaghetti.
I want to be called spaghetti.
Gentle bull rushed the brick wall just now, the
did.
stone wall.
16?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Okay. You hit into the wall you come through the door and the door just splinters. Part of it goes down under your
Oh.
feet and the other part of the door breaks. Okay.
So awesome.
Shoots outward. When you come through, you see that the thorn beast that you're about to attack, it has like this wolfish aspect to it and has, all these thorns growing, but you can see that it has a clear part in its head from where Landon had hacked it once before.
Parts
Go
its hair
ahead.
down. the middle.
It's got its hair parted down the middle, which is a totally dope style.
Yeah, if you
It's
lived
like
in
Back.
Jonathan
It's back.
Taylor Thomas.
1999,
JTT.
Or
JTT, Jonathan Taylor
2025.
Thomas.
coming back.
It's kind of it looks like something.
A penis.
A mushroom. I was going to say mushroom. You guys, I had mushrooms for the first time in like 10 years this week. And I was like, damn, I need to eat more mushrooms. They're so good.
I'm gonna cook you stroganoff, bro.
Can I be a part of this?
I'll cook
stroganoff?
you all
Whatever
gonna be
weird
stroganoff.
sex
stroganoff,
things you
that's all I
guys
have to
do
say.
is
You
On
would be
your
able to be
own time.
stroganoff. You know what I mean?
Beef stroganoff.
Can,
you're bringing bovine into it now.
can
You want
I
some?
can I roll my attack?
Sorry,
It's
go
a
ahead.
touch attack on this guy. So it should
Do it.
be pretty low. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
so to touch these guys, it's not very hard. So if you don't do it, it'll
21.
be- oh, you did. You hit big time. Big time aims.
Jake's a little bit
full damage,
perturbed.
12 fire
Hot
damage.
shit, dude. They get bigger with fire damage.
Ah, crap. And a 30% chance for catching on fire,
Ooh.
which may be amplified if they're made of wood.
Guess what happens?
But
Wait, these things can die? That's awesome.
I know.
kill
I'm
it.
fighting these griffins. I'm like, oh, we're doing a lot of damage to
You
these mother
kill it,
lovers.
and where you kill it, it like hits, and a bunch of these thorns start to erupt out from its body. Like, do you remember you would find
light the little snakes on fire on.
Yeah. your flame when you came through, you killed it and you ignited it. So it's like this growing flame thorn bush.
It's going out
in front
towards
of
its
you.
thorns.
Oh, that's not good.
Clarification, is it like its own monster now, or is it a cool,
No.
like, stylized death?
No, when they die, they create a thorn bush where they are.
Okay.
It just grows,
But it lit the bush on
spontaneously
fire.
from its carcass,
Okay.
and he
Ooh.
lit it on fire.
Okay.
It's not going to go farther than the 5 feet, but
Okay.
it creates a fire right
Cool.
there.
That's
That
awesome.
makes sense.
A burning bush?
A burning bush.
Oh, shoot.
Moses.
And it
Take
gives
your
us-
shoes off. You're not wearing shoes.
Ah.
Shoes from off thine feet, for where standeth is holy ground.
Can't wait till you come back into the
shall
chapel
Good
and
job.
see all my
LS, your turn.
medals.
Well, this fight turned around quickly. All right, let's give these priests what they need. And I'm going to step up towards so that Flavius and I are flanking.
Now you're flanking, Madank.
This.
Woo.
Now I'm
The
assuming.
old flank and spank. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I'm
taking a lot of
assuming that we
damage.
don't do
Turn to flank.
sneak attack. I can't remember. Wait, I don't remember. And I apologize.
It does get
No.
sneak.
They do get sneak or no?
If
I
you're
feel like I
flanked.
did, and I did it last time, but
If
I
you
don't
flank, yeah.
remember.
If you're
Yes.
flanking.
We'll say yes.
Flank, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make
I'm
an
no rules
attack.
lawyer. I have no idea.
I'm gonna use my
You're a paralegal
rapier and
kobold.
make an attack.
We learned that.
It's a 7, not a 1. I couldn't tell.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. You start rubbing his feet.
17, because +2 for flanking. So 17, does that hit?
It does. Tie to the attacker.
Yeah.
Love it, baby.
Oh, they're easy now.
Make a note, paralegal kobold.
Okay, so I do.
When the rogue flanks her target or when they lose dexterity.
Well, my argument was just, can you sneak attack an undead?
Yeah, it has,
Oh, that's
yeah,
That
true,
was
you
more
can't.
my rule.
Let me read here.
That's what I was getting at too.
Should
So,
be able to critical in my.
As the rules ogre.
so 6.
What's this taste like?
Oh, does that one have
13
mountain
damage?
chlamydia?
Now, 13 damage.
13.
Do you want sneak attack damage separate or no?
No,
Okay.
this is fine.
Great.
Nice work. Okay. You hit him in the butt. So you attack the rump of this this griffin
Rump-a-lump.
with that rump-a-lump and do some mighty damage. Well done. It is now. Okay, Gentle starts to get back to his feet. It's clear that he has been rattled by what just happened, him flying into this wall and losing his grip. But he gets back to his feet, and you can see that he starts to stagger back out this way, and his kitten is coming to. Manticore kitten, that is. Now, Landon Thorn is looking around because this one has flown off. And you see that he turns and charges this one. This is the one that LS and Flavius have both used their firecracker powers and are now flanking. Landon comes running up with his two-handed sword. And he hits again. Not a critical, but he does hit. He does. Let's see. Is some great damage.
Heck yeah, baby.
And he slashes it across its arm. Okay, it is now Jake the pony.
This guy's getting a red ass beat down.
Call him a baboon.
We're gonna make
I
him a
see.
baboon.
Baboon.
Jake, attack!
Do it.
Oi, Jake, attack! So if he
Where do you want him to
could-
go? You want him to attack one of these thorn beasts?
Move
Yeah,
over to
let's see
4.
here. What if we had Jake do this and attack there?
Do it.
Hoof that dude.
Hoof him. Hoof him, Dano.
11.
11 is a miss.
Big ol' stomp.
Just another intimidation stomp.
Right on.
Okay, Flavius, your turn.
All right. I'm going to take out, since I was using the claw, is it his thorn or is it the bite? The black one.
The black one is the tooth.
Tooth. Okay, I'm going to take out the tooth and I'm going to attack it twice. I do
Right.
not have smite against this guy. I have it against the other one.
Got it.
So first attack is 19,
Got it.
and then my shield is nice. 28.
Is it a
Ooh.
move action to take out a sword, right? Or to draw a weapon?
I think if I just do a
You
5
could
step,
just 5-foot step.
I'll
into
just
it.
5-foot step
Just
right
move over.
here and do that.
Fine.
Perfect. Thank you, Brandon. So I hit on both.
Are you unsatisfied? I see your
I'm
suspicious
just thinking.
eyes.
I'm just thinking.
All right. And then the damage on that, Chad. So the what is it, the bite?
This is the fang.
The
Fulmer's
fang. Fulmer's fang does 7 plus 3, 10 damage.
10 damage.
And then my shield, the serpent.
You feel like there's more damage
Okay.
that's happening there.
So it's
Roll
like
a 1d6.
1d6. 4.
It feels like it's biting deeply.
Okay. Awesome. I feel satisfied knowing that I'm vanquishing this
I'm gonna try
evil.
that on my turn. I feel like this should be doing more damage.
And then Chad, my shield does 4 my shield does 8 damage to him.
Nice. Okay. So you attack with the longsword, Fulmer's Fang, and when it bites into this creature, it almost like you hit and then you feel it give a little extra, like it goes in a little deeper. Almost like the blade is drawn into this enemy. And then you also slam with your shield in a resounding way. Well
All
done.
right. I no longer have my minus to my AC now.
Awesome. All right. Virgil, he's going to stay where he is and do 2 more acid whips here at this one that you guys are fighting. And he throws some of that sticky burning stuff on this enemy. Again, with sizzling effect. The thorn beasts outside. This one is trying to be sneaky, Mac, and sneaks up next to you and tries to come in for like a little sneaky bite, to get you. He gets 15. Miss.
Yes.
Okay. Comes in and snaps at you a little bit. This other one here is going to come up towards you as well. Number 2. And he gets 17. Misses. Okay. The one in front of Jake the Pony and this other one will try. Well, actually, let me see if they're brave enough. Okay, they both fail. So these ones back off. They don't want to fight Jake. Jake gets an attack opportunity on this one.
Fumble.
Oh, okay. So
Or one.
no attack opportunity. No big deal. Hugh Blumford is fighting, grappling with that other griffin down the hall. And doing something, but you guys aren't in eyesight, so you don't see. Now, that griffin is fighting back. You can't see it, so don't worry about it. All right, now the one griffin that's now flanked by all of you, it's up amidst all of these silent brothers. It's been blown up to pieces. Like armor is all in, kind of shredded and everything else. You guys see that darkness pool start to darken and suck in.
Oh, no. Crap.
And then the necrotic wave bursts out from it.
Oh, shit.
Okay, everyone
Yes.
roll your fortitude
Why are
save.
you
Am I
saying
close
yes?
enough?
Oh, he's going to heal you.
It's only a 20-foot radius, so it's 20 feet in each direction.
Sorry.
So
I'm
it does
too
not go
far.
to Mac, but everyone, including all the silent brothers and our dear Prior Dorian,
Uh-oh.
who's doing the chant,
Shit.
they're all within range. So roll a fortitude save here. It's a DC 14. DC standing for difficulty
it.
check.
I got a 20. I got a 28.
13.
You have auras.
I do, but it's against fear.
And then
What's your
let me
District of
roll really
Columbia?
quick for Landon. And then Virgil. And then Monks. Hey. And Dorian. Okay. All right.
Did we just nuke this monastery?
You guys, it's pretty crazy. So what happens here is that okay, so LS, you're healed 10 damage.
Oh, dang, that's a lot.
Okay.
Hey,
And then Landon takes a big wave of this damage, and you can see it like staggers him, right? Like when it goes through this dark wave of energy, passes over him, it's almost like he slouches a little and steps back. Virgil, it seems to go through, but doesn't hurt him. Like it's like he saved, he's
Right.
fought through it. And it's the same way with you,
Okay.
Flavius. And then the silent brothers seem undaunted by it. You see that they seem strong and resolute. The ones that are on the floor wilt harder. Like,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, oh, like not making sounds, but you know what I mean? Like kind of pantomiming pain. I don't know. Would they be silent in pain? They probably are.
They're doing
Sniffing
jazz hands, but
sounds.
it's painful.
Yeah, pain hands. They probably still are moaning and stuff. I mean, silent promise or not. But it goes through this area. Okay. Now, the other
So,
griffin
Chad, if we
here-
save, we didn't take any damage.
correct.
Okay, cool.
Yep. If you save, you don't take anything. Okay. Now this one that's been outside. This was the one that had gentle riding it, and then it ran right through a wall. It comes back, and I'm going to put it right here because it's high. It's above in the rafters right here. And it is going to, well, not all the way in the rafters. It's like it comes through and is flying in the air, almost like stopped, like a helicopter can stop, right? But just with these big, slow sweeps of its magical spectral wings. And it reaches down with one of its claws to get Landon.
My boy.
Because it's just above him. It does connect with Landon's helm, his acorn-shaped helm. And he roll his save here. All right, Landon takes some damage. Right here. Okay. He gets hit in the helmet, and it rips the helmet off of him.
Damn.
But you can see that he turns and is looking up with his sword and is kind of in a crouch. You know, he's just a big, tall guy. You can hear his helm rattle and roll across the stones of the chapel. Now it is Mac's turn.
I will. All right. There we go. I'm going to 5 foot back, and as I 5 foot, I reach in my poncho and I pull out tallow, brimstone, and powdered iron, and I cast Flaming Sphere, which creates a 5 foot diameter sphere in front of me that I can move 30 feet per round.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to move it forward into that creature. The one right in front of me. What is that
I'm
number?
going to pull this token out for it.
Oh, perfect.
This was your fire elemental. We'll just use that. Just so
So yeah, I'm going to run it into 1, and it'll do 3d6 damage.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Sweet. Do it.
Cook
Is
it.
there a reflex save for it? Is that what it is?
Oh, I think there is reflex, yes. Yes, reflex negates. So
Okay.
let me set that save.
Sorry. I wasn't trying to be a dick.
It's only half, though.
Failed.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Damage.
16?
Nice.
Dude, that's awesome.
Okay, it goes through this one, and you can see at the last minute, it's almost like the creature turned, the thorn beast turned to run away. Yeah, and it just gets immolated by the fire and dies.
Heck yeah.
Well done.
So question. The sphere moves along as I direct it, right? Otherwise,
Yes.
it just stays at rest. If it rolls into... if it enters a space of a creature, it stops moving for that round.
Huh?
So, okay. No, that's fair. I was going to say, because it died, can it keep moving? But no.
Yeah, I'll put it in the square that creature was.
Okay.
Because that's where it was, but you can see it like ran over it and it turned and was just like and ripped it apart. And you can see the thorns growing up into the fire and just being destroyed by that sphere. Very cool. Very cool spell. I like it. LS, your turn.
How many rounds does that last?
4 rounds.
Hell yeah.
Cooking.
He's cooking over here. Let him cook.
So the number 2, the one that came back in and just dismantled Landon Thorn's helmet, his penis helmet. Sorry,
Yes.
acorn helmet. It's like 5 feet off the ground, 10 feet off the ground.
Think Landon is like 6'8", and
So-
when he was standing, it reached down and hit us with the claw.
Okay.
So it's like 10 feet up.
Okay.
And it reached down and grabbed at his
Great.
head.
Are there still pews around that area?
There are still pews, and you also have brothers that are under it, directly under it. There are 4 linked arm in arm silent brothers who are,
Okay.
talking about how their secrets are their song.
I would like to, if I can, I'll move in between the two, which I know that gives me flanking. I'm just going to move right. Just like 5 foot there. would that have a pew? Would there be a pew? I just moved my character, but
Yeah.
would there be a pew there? It kind of looks like there is, but I can't really tell.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Then I would like to stand on the back of the pew, and I can do a balance check with that if you'd like, and then attack number 2, which would be the one that just came back through.
I think it's fine. Don't worry about a balance check. Just jump up there and attack.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna hit it with my rapier.
Rapier.
Wait, actually, no. I am going to. I'm still going to move there. No, never mind. I'm gonna hit him with a rapier, but I miss. A 10. Is that a miss?
10 is a miss.
Then I miss. Don't hurt our friends. I don't know. They're not really our friends. They're more like food. But that's what I did.
Nice. Done. Gentle charges down this way to attack the griffin that is fighting with Hugh. So he's flanking the griffin on the other side of the one that's down the hall with Hugh Blumford. Okay. So he runs down that way. Landon Thorn now tries to return an attack to this one that had just knocked his helmet off. And he misses for the first time in a long time. Jake the pony, back to you.
I say, Jake, back to me. And I'm going to have him move. Pardon me. I'm going to have Jake move here and try and hoof number 2.
Nice. Woof.
He got an 8. Rolling real bad tonight.
Dang it. Sorry, Jake. Jake the pony. Flavius, back to you.
All right. So this guy right in front of me, number 1, is the one that just went nuclear, right?
Yep, it's pronounced nuclear.
Nuclear. So he just went nuclear.
Yeah.
I'm going to attack again with the fang and with my shield on him.
Nice.
Ooh. I only got a 14 for the fang.
Okay.
And then my shield
That's
is...
even including your flanking bonus.
Yeah. Oh. Shield is an 11. So I
Okay,
think
so
I
you
whiffed
miss
both.
on both of those.
Okay.
It might just be that you're getting tired. In the heat of battle, trying to swing these weapons around. It's not easy.
Okay, I do a bump of cocaine. That's a free action.
Okay, Virgil takes a 5-foot step here, and he's going to throw acid up at the one up in the air, which is not maybe a great idea because there's people below it, but he does it anyway. Doesn't even care. Doesn't even give a shiz.
If he dies, I dibs his hood.
Okay, so Virgil's throwing acid.
Veil.
Now these thorn beasts here, thorn beast number
Where does it belt?
2. Let's see here. All right. So thorn beast number 2 comes this way, 5-foot step to get away from that flame a ways, and then is going to take a bite out of Jake the pony. What's Jake the pony's AC again?
1,000, I think.
Got a 16.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that hits. Let me see. Jake the pony. Oh, goodness. 13 is his AC.
Okay, 6 damage from the thorn bite.
Oh, did Jake die?
No. Homie's got 30 hit points.
He has more hit points than almost me.
Than most humans.
Oh, that's true. It's
Okay,
tough
thorn
boy.
beast number 4 charges up to you, Mac, and tries to take a bite out of you. No, hold on.
Bite out of crime.
This one, number 4. It can't. Never mind, because of this terrain. It was gonna charge. Can't charge because of the crazy terrain effect that you have from your magic that you did earlier. So
wow,
you
there
saved
you go,
yourself in the
John.
past. Saved yourself in the past. So it comes up to bite with an 11, misses. This thorn beast, this other one that approached Jake finally with its courage, tries to attack Jake and gets 15. Is that a hit? Okay. So Jake will take an additional 3 damage from this thorn beast. There are only 3 thorn beasts left, and they are surrounding Jake the pony and Mac and his flaming sphere on the steps of the chapel. Back to Hugh Blumford and Griffin number 3, who you can't see. They're engaged in a noisy battle down the hallway with Gentle just entering the fray. Now the first griffin, the one that is here that just did that big energy pulse, the necrotic energy pulse, turns and is going to try to attack. This one will do, let me do a directional dice here because, yeah, it does attack LS. That was
That's
me trying
fine.
to have it not attack LS because it's not going to do any damage, but whatever. It does hit because that's what it does with the sword and misses with the bite of the griffin. But with the sword, roll a fortitude.
Can I just not?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
You take 7 damage and then you heal 6.
Okay. Guys,
All right.
this is getting dire.
Now the one up above.
Is it really?
He just
No.
keeps getting healed every round.
I have 1 hit point missing.
The one up above does a drop attack to try to drop onto Landon and Virgil. Let's see how it does.
Wait, was that on me?
No, Landon.
No,
and
Landon
Virgil.
and
Oh, okay.
Virgil.
Oof, never mind. I don't care.
Okay, so it comes here. Let me grab
Uh-oh, it's in range of the kitty cat. You're in
and
trouble.
it drops right here. It does slam into Landon, and Virgil is able to evade. Okay, but slams into Landon and takes him to the ground and does some damage to him here. You can hear the sound of Landon's armor hitting the ground, and then the exhalation of all the air in his lungs, like a. It just sounds heavy, like he
Got the wind knocked
like
out
he
of him.
got hit hard. Now it is Mac, your turn.
Okay. So I am going to move the fireball. So all I have to do is use a movement action to control it. So I'm going to move it down run it into number 2.
Great.
So reflex a 10. Not that hard, but. And then I'm going to attack number 4 there with my flame blade.
Oh, awesome. So the reflex save is successful for the one avoiding the fire or like
Okay.
the fireball that's going down into it. I don't know if it takes partial damage or what, but it saves its.
No, it
reflex.
doesn't. It doesn't take partials, but. Okay. Yeah, I was like, would it move to evade?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Let me see. You said it's called Flame Sphere?
I think it stops. I think
Yeah,
this-
the ball won't. It's spongy, so it can't. It doesn't have like force to move something out of a space. But
Let's
Yeah.
see. I'm just checking real
oh,
quick.
it's all good.
It says reflex save negates. So it just means that yeah, where would it end up then? Interesting.
Yeah, probably right there.
Yeah, let's
maybe
just leave it right there.
adjacent to.
Yeah,
yeah.
just adjacent to it.
Adjacent.
And then I got a 20 touch attack
Oh yeah,
for
you
number
hit.
4.
Yeah, you hit.
9 damage, 9 fire damage.
Killed it. Slashed into it with your flaming scimitar lightsaber. Cut through the thorns of the beast. And turned it into a flaming bush. Well done. Okay. Out there cutting them down, doing some gardening out there.
Oh, I
Meanwhile, I love that.
pruning.
I love that
Pruning.
Mac is just doing this with Jake, and we have no idea what's going on.
LS, your turn.
Just brother adventures.
Brother,
Yeah, he's my brother.
like his.
Flavius looks like he has things handled. No.
Fluffy's is fine. He's doing fine.
I'm gonna use my acrobatics.
Walken?
You
I'm
got
gonna
my
use
guy
my-
out wrong.
I'm gonna
here.
use my acrobatics to move.
Now you're just showing off.
Actually, I'll just 5 foot there, so that I get a flanking bonus with Flavius.
Cool.
And I'm going to attack I'm going to attack number 1 with my rapier.
Nice.
So you step off the
Do
pew
it.
and back towards the
Yeah.
Father Doreen.
Yeah.
Step off the pew.
Critical
Sneak
threat,
attack.
natural 18.
Sneak attack.
So to confirm, oh sorry, yeah, natural 18 is going to hit. I'm assuming that's
Yeah, he's got 17.
26. Okay.
Yes, that's a hit.
Okay, and then I'm going to use, so for this, I rolled to confirm 6 plus 8, which is 14. And I'm going to use my amulet, which has a stored spell, to use True Strike, because that's what's stored in there. So then I can add plus 20 to my roll to confirm the critical. So it's a critical hit.
Hey!
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Holy
The goblin Unsettling arrives.
It does.
So for damage, I did 3 plus 4 is 7. And are we doubling? We always house rule. We double.
We always
sneak
double it.
attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
We double it all because
Oh,
why the hell
damn,
not?
Gina.
Hang on, I forgot what number I said.
You did
first.
7.
7.
Oh, thanks. 30 damage.
Doubled. 60 damage.
No.
30 is
That is doubled. Yeah.
Guys.
We don't do damage like you do.
Okay, so you
One day you
take
will.
your rapier and you do a 5-foot step that was still fabulous.
Thank you.
And then you stab. Remember, this one you had knocked its head off. This one's head was gone. You stab down in through the neck hole and you bend your rapier all the way in, like down into its body. And it's like,
Oh, that horrible sound on the metal.
scratching in there. You just rock it right to its core. And when you do, you can see blue flames. You know how they have like this necrotic blue flame in the eye sockets of the griffins and in the spectral riders' helmets. You see it's like blue flames lick up the rapier and kind of start to come out onto the neck, like stabbing into the core of it.
Okay.
Very cool.
Is it still up and going?
Better believe it is. But they've taken quite a bit of damage. Landon Thorn on the ground. Okay, he's on his back, and he had been knocked down and he can't really breathe. But you see, he has his 2-handed sword still in his hand. He brings his other hand up to it, and he's laying flat, and he swings up with all of his might at the griffin that has just been pouncing him. Okay, so he swings. And you can see that with his 2-handed sword, he hits into the neck of this griffin, and he just powers through. Like you can see his face is totally red, and he hasn't caught his breath, but he powers through and takes the head off of the griffin.
Oh my gosh.
That's there, and you can see that the flaming eyes, the griffin head, like it hits the ground, and the eyes are sitting there flaming, and then you see the flames go out of the eyes. And flame kind of seems to start dripping out of the wound of its neck. And then the whole thing erupts into blue flame and starts being consumed. Like it's withering over the top of him.
Amazing.
And you see
you
that
go.
Landon covers his face as like this flame and like dripping stuff is like kind of falling around him. But you can see that it looks like he has killed this one. Dealt a killing
Beautiful.
blow to this guy right here.
Oi, Landon!
Oh, have I
One
supposed to go
down.
rolling fire damage for that one down the hall?
I've been handling it. Because it's been down the hall, I've got it. But I've got it.
I'm
already.
excited to see what's happening.
Walk on
Okay.
down the hall.
So one of the Griffin riders and Griffins winks out at that point. And it really is like the flame starts to consume it, like it's turning into ash.
Amazing.
Okay, it is Jake the Pony.
Okay. Come on, Jake. Redeem yourself. Well, I've lost my voice.
It's okay.
Man and knife.
You're having Jake stomp the one
16?
that's there.
Number
Hit.
2?
Yep, hit. Roll damage.
1 damage.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, he's got strength modifier 3.
Okay. Okay,
Strong-ass
Jake.
pony.
Stompy doodah. Stompity doodah. Stompity a.
Yeah.
Boom. Hoofs on top of
Did you
that.
say stompity doo da, stompity yay?
Yeah.
No, it was didn't he? Shit. Didn't he?
My, oh my, what a thorny
Oh,
beast day.
man. Old man, didn't he come
Oh,
before
man.
us?
Oh man, didn't he coming at
didn't
us?
Didn't he coming? Flavius, your turn.
We can't be singing his songs.
Didn't he coming for Flavius?
I take a little bit of internal like, oh, I wish
You
I
put
would
a
have
little dirt under the griffin for the
killed the
man.
hit before him, but
What are you gonna do?
Shown up.
You feel like your blade is hungry to bite this enemy again.
I let it drink.
Also, now you know how I felt last battle, or a few battles ago with
When Landon just cucked
But
you.
you stepped up your game.
Yeah, I can.
Landon helped you, and now he's helping all of us.
He's helping himself.
This
help
isn't
himself.
our campaign. This is Landon's.
This is his hero.
We're just
story.
All right, I
NPCs.
tap
You guys
with-
are his
I take
sidekicks.
he writes his story. I attack with Fang, and then I slam it with the shield.
Nice. Do it.
Shit.
I dare you.
Plus
I
7.
dare you to do it.
7
Flank
plus
bonus.
10, 17.
I'm flanking
hit.
him.
That's a hit.
Sweet. I hit with
That's tied to the attack.
I hit with Fang, and then I'm gonna hit with my shield.
1,000,000.
Nice. 16 plus 24.
Hit.
Okay. Sweet. And so this is damage with Fang. I'm going to roll the 1d6 additionally, right?
Additionally, add that 1d6. Yeah.
Aw, 2 1s. This is balls. 5 damage for Fang.
Oh boy, what an embarrassment.
Very much so. And then,
You won't be able to show your
Um,
face at Sanctum.
well, I'll kill everybody who sees this. 8 damage for my shield.
I need to have
Friar Dorian.
Friar Dorian become kind of a bitch like that. That would be funny.
We've opened up his eyes to the world
we have.
beyond.
Sorry, you said
8
damage.
damage
on the
for the shield.
8 damage. Nice.
Double 1s.
Okay. You stab in, and again, you feel that like extra pull from
Mhm.
the blade, like it's almost going in
Mhm.
harder to
Mhm.
this enemy. Then you punch it with your shield of locked book secrets. Well done.
I read one really quick.
You do what real quick?
I read one of the secrets.
Oh, you read one of the secrets. Okay, if you're Virgipoo, see, Virgil is going to step here and throw some visible acid damage at this one. Acid comes whipping in. That'll wake you up. All right, these thorn beasts. One is going to attack Jake the pony.
Freaking try it.
Oh, he gets him.
No.
Sorry, Jake. You take another 3 damage.
You told him to try it, Mac.
And then this one, Jake gets an attack of opportunity, but it's going to step forward and try to attack you, Mac.
Heck yeah, Jake. Go for it. Go for the kill. Dude, I've never had my die not land straight 3 times in a row. That's
Yeah,
bonkers.
I was surprised you were rolling multiple
18.
times. There
Hit.
you go.
That's a hit.
I was just rolling until it hit. Is that allowed? Just kidding. 3 damage. Wait, plus 3, 6.
6 damage.
That's max damage for little.
Nice. He does a
Buddy.
little. It was a back kick.
Oh,
And just kicks back and hits that one. That one came up and didn't fumble. Got a 1, but didn't fumble.
okay.
So it doesn't hit you. Now what happens down here? You guys hear this crazy combat happening down the hall. It's just like echoing, and then you see an eruption of blue flame, like flame light from that section, and you see coming from down this way, you see Hugh come charging into the room, and he has Gentle on his back.
What?
So Gentle's like wrapped around him, like around his neck, you know? And you see that Hugh is trying to reach him and like rip into him and has like an arm raking on Gentle's shoulder meat, but Gentle's like holding on, like almost like he's got him in a sleeper hold. Does that make sense?
Put him to sleep.
Okay, so they come charging into the
This
room.
is a dog. That's
And it's
great.
going crazy. And and then this is what goes down. So you see,
Yeah, where's the blue flame?
Send
Do we
him
see
off
what
to
happened with the
Barcow.
blue flame?
so the blue flames down the hall. You're not sure, but they were
Barcow.
fighting the third griffin. And now looking at how this one died, you think it's probably similar
to that.
to what happens. Okay,
Brandon,
so
we got showed up.
suddenly you guys can hear specifically LS because you're the closest. The chains on the altar start rattling. That Prior Dorian has had his hands on. They start shaking, and one by one, each of the silent brothers collapses to the floor, followed by Dorian, until the entire group has fallen. You wonder for a
They dead.
moment if an unseen hand has claimed their lives, but all of a sudden their chant, which has served as this backup music to your crazy battle,
Mm-hmm.
just dies. In a moment, you see all of a sudden Dorian staggers to his feet as though pulled up by invisible strings, with his head lolling at an unnatural angle. A line of drool slips from his open mouth, and when he speaks, his voice is distant, hollow, and resonates with an eerie power. He says, "A shadow clings to 3 travelers in this land. A wound reopened between old families. Crow's blood, once royal, now hidden in silence, holds the power to forgive or condemn. Seek the bloodline where it still flows, though its talons lie in thorn and starlight. The curse crumbles before her embrace, the silver daughter, the heir of dark wings." With that final pronouncement, Dorian's puppet-like form collapses to the floor like a marionette cut from its strings. Silence reigns for a single heartbeat. Then the chains begin to hum on the altar, and one by one, the 3 stone pillars blaze with golden light. The serpent lantern overhead bursts to life, shedding divine radiance in all directions. A pulse of energy builds, slowly at first, then with a sudden thunderclap, explodes outward in a wave of sacred force. The light crashes through the chapel in a dome of holy fire. The spectral griffin that remains shrieks as its ghostly wings burn and unravel in midair. The faceless rider is flung back, him cracking and his ethereal form flickering in blue flame. The thorn beasts outside recoil, their bark flesh smoking under the radiance. Each of you is hit by the wave, and you feel your wounds close and warmth flood your limbs.
Ooh.
Each of you will get 3d8 plus 5 hit points back.
Shit.
But LS, something different,
Yeah.
stirs within you. The divine energy hits like static in your bones, and your heart races, and for a second your vision blurs, and something inside resists the light, not with hatred, but with hunger. Your body wants the warmth, but something else pulls against it. The bite on your neck throbs, not healed, but changed. As this last spectral griffin bursts into flames, and Brandon, you'll take 3d8 plus 5.
I love that Flavius is looking across and I catch eyes at Brandon. Like I look at Brandon and I realize that he's not having the same effect of the radiant.
It's not the same.
It's not the same for
It's
us
not
that
the
it is for
same.
him. And my heart aches because I'll have to kill him.
As the last spectral griffin bursts into blue flame and is consumed, and the final thorn beast collapses, a hush settles over the chapel. And it's a kind of quiet that feels earned. Outside the chapel walls, the black thorn briars begin to twitch. Their spines curl inward and crumble to ash, scattered by a sudden warm breeze. The wounded trees seep their weeping. The scarlet sap hardens, browns, and then before your eyes, fresh leaves begin to bloom. The blizzard is gone. The clouds recede like a tide drawn back to sea, and a distant peal of thunder rolls across the forest canopy, deep and low like the exhale of nature itself. The curse, here, now, has retreated. You feel it in your lungs. The air no longer chokes. The weight that pressed against your thoughts has lifted. But not everything is healed. High above in the skeletal branches of a dead tree just beyond the chapel's reach, a single raven watches, silent, still. Its eyes gleam, too intelligent, too knowing. Does not caw, does not flee. It merely observes. And somewhere deep in your gut, you know this is not over. Now, the one thing that is unresolved here is Hugh. So Hugh Blumford, the werewolf, still with Gentle on his back, is slavering and fighting and scratching and kind of going in circles and going crazy trying to get Gentle off of him. And you can see that Gentle, now lacerated in many places on his back and on his legs, is just holding on, breathing hard, but trying to stay calm.
Okay.
For dear life on his back.
Whose turn is it?
Now it is Mac.
I 5 foot here into the door, right?
Yeah.
And then let me quickly look up what a Tanglefoot bag does.
Great. While he's looking up that, let me remind you that whether you're raging, casting, or just emotionally damaged by session events, Owala Free Sip is there with the real elixir of life. Show us that Owala, Flavius.
Simple way to keep things tight. Locks in, you put it in your bag. No water's coming out.
Okay.
Pop it up, flip it out, get a sip,
I didn't know it had the extra flip.
get a chug.
Oh my gosh. He's hydrated as hell.
Yeah.
All right. Did you find what you were looking for?
So as I 5 foot step in, out of my poncho, I pull a Tanglefoot bag bomb
Ooh.
and I chuck it at Hugh.
You.
And so he's gonna have a reflex or be entangled.
I love it. Do it.
I think It's normally like DC 15, but if you want me to roll it.
I like us to roll the set
Yeah.
the saves.
Okay, so I'm going to say 14 then?
Okay, God, yeah.
Because I
That's
rolled a
why
9.
I like us to
I
set
don't
them.
know.
I'm just kidding.
I was just guessing. I was like, I assume that's plus 5, but
natural 1.
sweet. So he's entangled.
Woo!
He got hit with the glue bomb.
Hit him with the glue bomb. The glue bomb. Nice. Okay, you entangle him. This tanglefoot bag erupts and wraps around his legs and limbs and just takes him to the ground. And Gentle is on top of him and is holding this hold over his neck. Now, I'm rolling for Gentle really quick.
Sink into sleep, a whole Gentle.
He does. He has got him in a triangle chokehold, and he's freaking showing him that he can cut off the blood to his brain. Okay, LS, your turn.
Yeah, can we just kill him?
You can try.
Kill a werewolf?
I am going. Well,
Wolf. He did ask you to kill him. He begged you.
I think it's time
Don't
that
know
we
how.
do that.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just. I'm gonna use my move action to move up to our boy Hugh Blumford.
Here.
Yeah, and
Okay.
just go ahead, and I'm just gonna attack him.
Okay. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Does that count as
Do it.
flanking if he's because he
Yeah.
doesn't have he doesn't have his right? He's entangled.
He's entangled
He
and
doesn't
he's
have his
grappled.
dex bonus?
Somebody's on.
He doesn't have his
somebody's on him.
dex.
He does
Does
not.
not.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
So it would be sneak.
So 22 to hit.
Sneaky beaky. 22 to hit.
Okay.
Is a hit.
Nice.
10 plus 5, 15 damage.
Nice. You stab into the thick of his side with your rapier and push it in deep. Nice. He's still alive. Gentle is trying to put the hurt on him here. And wear him down. So Gentle at this point is holding him, and you can see that, you know, his like lips are peeled back, not Gentle's, but Hugh's lips from his teeth, you know, like his black gums are like peeled back from his teeth, and he looks intense, but you can see one of his eyes is like wilting, you know, like he's almost like it's working. That's what it looks like Gentle's getting him. You see that Landon Thorn rolls over onto his side and gets up onto his knee and grabs his sword and starts walking over and like has his sword at the ready, but you can see that his like he's feeling conflicted. He doesn't know if he should attack or not. He's kind of standing there at the ready.
You're weak.
Got him. You had to get him. Okay, now it's Jake the Pony. If Jake wants to do anything.
Oh man, it'd be amazing.
Flavius, your turn.
if Jake killed.
I'm gonna walk up.
This is a weighty moment.
I'm gonna walk up and step between and right next to Flavius.
Who is your character?
You are
I mean LS.
LS.
And I am going to hit him as hard as I can as a called shot right in the face.
Me?
No, sorry,
Oh.
the wolf. Hugh. Hugh. Hit Hugh Blumford, okay?
Okay.
And in my heart of hearts, I say, if this does not knock him out, then I will take it as a sign that I will kill him and end his life here.
So wait, so help me understand. So if it does knock him out, then you're gonna keep him alive.
Yes.
If it doesn't, then you're gonna
I'm
kill
gonna end him life.
Okay, got
I'm gonna agree with LS and kill
Got
him.
I'm so excited to watch you fumble and miss his face.
All right, here we go.
You hit Gentle as hard as you can in the face.
I got an 18.
Hey, hit.
Okay.
Hit
That would have
Gentle.
been fun.
If it's a called, I was called shotting his face. Is that -2? And
Or-
then do I get a +2 because he's flanked?
It was -4.
It would be
Minus
Minus
Four?
2 total, right?
I think that the thing is negated because of the fact that he's prone.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So I wouldn't.
All right, and so the damage chat on his face is 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. Roll a
Percentile?
percentile and add 20.
28.
28. Oh, I didn't. I rolled a D8 and a D10. Sorry, that's embarrassing. How many years have I been doing this?
No, sorry, 80. I got 100, Chad. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
No, my bad. I did.
You knock him out.
Sweet.
120% chance.
You hit him in the face, and Gentle is holding him, and everything is like tightening on him and pulling him down. And you have your rapier in him, and you can see that you come and hit him in the face. And at that moment, it like kind of does this twitch and stagger, and then you see he just like relaxes, like his body is just like. And Gentle keeps holding him, for a little while as he goes limp. But as he relaxes, you can see that he's like goes limp, like no fight in him, no twitch, completely just eases.
Okay. All right. Well, it's decreed. We keep him alive.
The fuck does that mean? Are you serious?
It was given to me in a dream.
What?
Okay.
No.
Combat has ended. And
Level up.
why did you steal it from me?
Oh, sorry.
Wait, try it again.
Kenneth, you cut that.
Cut that. Let's try it again.
And you hear 3 very magical words. You level up.
Yeah. I didn't expect that to happen this session, but it did.
It did. Nice
Awesome.
work. Good job, everybody.
Good combat.
Thank you for being here. So thanks for joining us on this episode of Heroic Round. The battle was brutal. The thorns were thick, and they had to fight undead griffin cavalry, for crying out loud. But our
Yep.
heroes stood their ground, beat back the curse for now. And yes, they leveled up. If you're loving the adventure, help our channel level up as well. Subscribe, leave a review, and share the show with a fellow Juice Wizard or TTRPG lover. It really helps the podcast, and it proves to our wives that we're actually doing something worthwhile. Got feedback, fan theories, or strange whispers you heard in the trees? We want to hear them. Drop us a message on our socials or leave a comment on this episode. Until next time, roll dice, geek on Elixir, and always remember, live heroic, and if you have to die, make sure you die historic.